Here are 4 things you need to know about extension cords. First up, cord length is important. Most blowers recommend a max of 25 feet, but 50 or 100 foot is often needed at the rental. If you choose to go ahead and take that rental, make sure you only use a single cord rather than daisy chaining them together. This will be more efficient and will add some protection to your cord and your blower. Number 2, gauge is important. Always use a 12 gauge cord or better. 14 and 16 gauge cords are just not made to carry 8 to 15 amps like a blower can use. Why you would just want to use one cord as short as possible and 12 gauge or better. The short answer is because they can handle the power needed. If the cord or cords can't handle the power needed, then you can have certain issues. Those issues could be voltage drop, leading to poor blower performance, overheating, which can melt your cords and can be a fire hazard. You can trip breakers because the blowers have to work so hard, it compensates by pulling more amps. Number 3, why do cords spark? Usually it's due to poor connection or damage in the cord. So inspect your cords regularly for damage, remove them and replace them or fix them before you use them. Also, when you are putting them together, make sure you have a tight and dry connection. Do not put your connection point in low spots in the ground where rain may come later on in the day and puddle. Let me cut in here with one pro tip. At some point, you're definitely gonna get scorch marks on your extension cords. If you can find extension cords with black tips as opposed to these clear tips, they do hide the scorch marks better. Sometimes customers will see a cord like this, even though it works perfectly fine, and think that there's something wrong with your cord. So if they were black, it would hide it and keep customers from questioning how good your cords are. Number 4, are you rolling your cords the hard way? Does it take too long? Are they twisted? And do they take too long to unroll? I was shown this technique by Nick Glassett to give him credit. Let me show you how to roll your cords. Haley, I'm gonna show you the Paratrooper method today and why it's awesome. So first off, when you're taking it out, you wanna be able to unroll it real easy. So you see these cords, you see how they're through this hole? See how they're through this hole? You definitely want to pull them out, okay? And so I like to hold them with my left hand and then undo the roll like this, leaving everything kind of consistent. Hold these with my left hand, and then I get a nice clean throw out there. No tangles, no nothing. Now I can take one end and walk it out. Okay. And see how neat that was, how easy that was. Okay.
Definitely easy.
You're probably familiar with this technique, all right, here, you know, this whole thing. First off, it takes quite a while. All right, second off, every time I'm twisting it over here, the cord is actually tangling itself, okay? So if you do use this technique, every time through, you have to like turn the cord.
Right.
All right, but what I hate by this is with this technique, when I come to like throw this out, well, it worked this time. Of course it works this time. But I get them all tangled up personally a lot of times when I try to do that technique. So not only is it slow, but you end up with a lot of tangle. I find this to be much faster, and I'm gonna do it slow and then I can do a fast one. As I get the cords evenly laid out like this, I hold these two with my left hand and then I do a figure 8 pattern. So my hand goes under the cord to here, and then I keep going under the cord. See how I'm going under the cord every time?
Right, yes.
A little twist like that's not a big deal, but you do want a straight cord, okay? And then when you get to the end where there's just a little bit left, you pull this hand out, you take this excess, you twist it 2 or 3 times, whatever's necessary, and you get right through. You got a nice little handle here. Now your cord's real easy to throw in the truck, to carry around, put on a dolly, put on a hook in the warehouse, all the different things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the Paratrooper method. Now, again, I'm gonna cover this. To get it out properly, you pull these out, hold them with your left hand. After you pull the handle part, the top part out, and you unspin it, okay? Then when you hold these, you throw it, no tangles.
Simple.
Can you try?
Oh, goodness.
So come up here and grab that as much as you can.
Okay.
Now, you're gonna go under. Nope, that's over. Under. Okay. Yep, under.
That doesn't feel right.
Under.
Okay, okay.
Under.
Hold on.
Under. Under. Nope, that's over.
Have I ever told y'all I might be dyslexic?
Under. That's over. Under. You're making a very tight one, but that's okay. Under, that's over. Under, 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 under. Now, pull your hand through here. You made a very tight one, you'll get used to it. Wrap that, hold it out, hold it out. Spin it a few times and pull it through the hole. Now pull it through.
All right.
You got it. I mean, you like, listen, this is a little tighter than I normally do, but man, that's a nice tight roll. That'll fit in your truck, no problem, right? So let's see if you can throw it out without an issue. So what's the first thing I say to do to throw it out?
Does it take this out here?
Correct. Take
Okay.
take the plugs out through the hole.
Kind of makes it difficult with how tight I
Yep,
got
you
that.
made a tight roll. But you can get them out.
Yeah.
It's also harder because we got a 3-prong there. Okay, and then hold those with your left hand. Okay.
And then.
And then pull, undo the handle part. Okay.
And then
Now hold them with your left hand and throw it out, and it should go straight. Look, you did it. All right, we're gonna do it one more time because I think that.
No, I've got it.
All right, sometimes in your hurry and you got to do it fast. So here's a speed run. A little long handle, but it still works. All right, Haley, now that you've tried it once and you did get through it, I think you can do it a little faster, a little neater. So let's try again. Under, under. There we go. Doing good. It's making more sense.
Yep, definitely making sense. And then bring it through?
Sure.
Sure.
No problem. So your end ended up upside down, but that's okay
All right.
because same thing will happen. What we'll do is we'll pull this out. We still got to pull these through, which is fine. Undo this end, hold the cord, clean release.
All right.
All right, Haley, so far we've talked about length. Go as short as possible. Gauge, 12 gauge or better. Don't put them in wet spots and make sure you're inspecting your cords and you're connecting them. Fourth, we showed you quick ways to roll these. I've got one last pro tip before I let you go. Always mark your cords in some sort of way. I had a couple customers try to tell me, that's my extension cord. If I had marked it prior to the event in some sort of way with my name on it, my company name on that, then it would have never been any conflict with the customer. At the end of the day, customer's always right, so I do believe I gave them a cord. In that case, I probably handed them 50 to 60 bucks. So mark your cord so that you don't have those conversations with customers at the end of rentals.
That's really smart.
Big and Bright Inflatables.